Find out how existing neighborhoods can benefit from a retrofitted design, and take a tour of the KFC Yum Center on this Metro edition. Hi everyone, this is Metro Edition. I'm Matt Schuster. The way that neighborhoods are designed can have far-reaching impacts on the environment, transportation, your health, and your quality of life. How can existing neighborhoods benefit from a sustainable community center design? Planning and Design Services is exploring this issue.
The Sustainable Community Design Workshop was a 3-day interactive community workshop that explored the idea of mixed-use centers.
When we talked about centers, people don't really understand exactly what that means. Maybe they may think of it as a shopping center or, community centers, but it's really more of the idea of a village or a town center where it combines a lot of different uses, residential development, institutional uses, but as we go through these planning processes, we found, understandably, that people don't quite get it. And part of this process is to try and help educate and inform people, the public, citizens, on what centers are, the values of centers, and why it's a preferred form of development, and how they're designed and the benefits of centers.
A center is actually a number of different things. It's a place where people can get together. It's a place I think most people think about. You go and you buy goods and services, but it can also be where you meet. It can be where the community gets together. It could actually be where nothing happens, but where you want to go and feel like you're part of the neighborhood. So in many cases, people may ask you, what's the center of Fern Creek? And for a lot of places, people may not have an answer. So what we're doing here in Louisville is an educational campaign on the center's concept. A center is not necessarily just a shopping center, but a center can also be a place that you want to go to hang out, to spend a little time on your own, to meet and greet other people in your community. So we're trying to educate people that a center is just more than shopping. It can be a community center as well.
Activities for the workshop included formal presentations, group discussions, and open design studios.
I came in and I listened to the consultant, and I felt like they really had a good grip on the context and some ideas about visualizing a future that could take root here.
Our comprehensive plan, Cornerstone 2020, promotes centers as a preferred kind of development form, as opposed to in the past when development tended to sprawl. The idea is that development should be contained into mixed-use compact centers that are more walkable and promote alternative transportation options.
The workshop demonstrated how the center's idea can work for Fern Creek, and in turn, how this area can serve as a model for other parts of Louisville.
If development is going to occur here, what is the best way for development to occur, in what form, and so that it occurs in a way unlike in some ways it has occurred in the past, so that it is a more compact, walkable type of development that provides a better quality of life for the people who live there or come through the area.
One of the goals of the seminar was to explore the benefits of retrofitting existing developments.
In addition to talking about new centers, we're also looking at reactivating older suburban commercial areas with new centers, and that's a suburban retrofit project in where we take older property and redevelop it. And in this way, we're bringing something new to the community, but also the people who are in existing areas get the benefit of having a center near them as well, and benefiting from the new growth, because a lot of new development happens outside, farther out. And so if you already are an existing homeowner, you've missed that opportunity for something new. The suburban retrofit concept is actually bringing something new to the people who already live here so they can get the benefit of new development.
In 2009, The Environmental Protection Agency selected Louisville as one of the 4 communities in the nation to receive a grant on growth-related issues.
The genesis of this design charrette for Fern Creek is in part the initial application for Louisville Metro to the Environmental Protection Agency to do a suburban retrofit and a suburban planned retrofit for the Fern Creek area. And what that means is how do we deal with current growth and how do we plan for future growth? And that application is part of what is fitting into the federal partnership between the Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and the U.S. Department of Transportation. And those 3 federal agencies joined together in June of 2009 to create what is across federal agencies called the Livable Communities Initiative. So the Office of Sustainable Housing and Communities goal is to forward not just the goals of HUD, but to forward those of reducing vehicle miles traveled, pedestrian safety, looking at how people get from one place to another in regard to how far they have to travel, what roads they have to cross. How do you reduce vehicle miles traveled that also reduces environmental congestion, asthma for children? There's a nexus of a number of different health outcomes that also are affected by how you design communities and how you retrofit communities and how you plan for retrofit. And the part that HUD is concerned with is having housing for everyone.
The local planning commission sought the funding, obtained the funding, and have put on this program, which I really believe is the kinds of things that need to be done to visualize what can be. Otherwise, we're just kind of left to go one parcel at a time in the development review process. This will be a plan that has a vision.
Thousands of tickets were given away for 4 days of tours of the new KFC Yum Center in downtown Louisville. But for those of you who couldn't make it for a tour, here's an inside look at the new $238 million space.
Did you notice on top of the scoreboard?
Larry and Joyce met at U of L in the early 50s, and they remember watching basketball games dating back to when Freedom Hall first opened in 1956.
Back then, it was fabulous, but this is just really, really something.
The new KFC Yum Arena has made a real impression.
It looks like most anywhere you're sitting, you're going to have a good view of it. Anybody that has opportunity should come out and see it.
The Eubanks aren't the only ones touring around the new arena. About 48,000 people have gotten tickets for these self-guided tours since the arena first opened.
Bottom barcode. There you go. Thanks. Enjoy.
They showed up every hour on the hour from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. to see the court, lounges, and try out the new seats.
Where we at now is a little scary, but it's real nice.
Rayshawn Malone made it up here, but he wasn't eager to leave his seat anytime soon.
I was hanging on to the little wiring up there earlier. Figure I sat here for a while until my buddy was ready to go. Ain't no walking out to the railing over there.
He was surprised by the amount of extras the new arena has.
We got skyboxes and lounges. We ain't have none of that. We was looking like, what's these little sections here? We got wheelchair access.
The arena even has a full-size practice court for men and women's teams, and its own museum.
My husband and I really like taking this tour, because now we can have an idea of how it all is.
How else is it different from Freedom Hall? Here are some of the numbers in the new 7-story arena building. 22,000 seats for basketball and center stage concerts, 72 luxury suites, 61 restrooms, 234 concession stands, 401 flat-screen TVs, and 44 exit doors. All in all, 721,762 square feet of new arena.
How big it is, that's the thing that stands out. It's a whole lot different than what I thought it would be.
But really, there's too many features to name. And on top of everything, the arena is built along the Ohio River with huge glass windows facing out to amazing views. When you think of sports arenas, you might imagine sticky floors or dirty washrooms. But everything in the KFC Yum Arena is state-of-the-art. And while for the most part it feels like a sports arena, You might start to wonder.
Nobody else can get down here?
Not unless you got a season ticket.
Oh boy.
It's nice though.
If you'd like to see the arena for yourself, there's still a few tickets left for basketball games this season, as well as other concerts and events. You can call Ticketmaster or stop by the ticket office for more information.
That's all for this Metro Edition. Thanks so much for joining us. Remember, stay connected to your city, your life, and your Louisville right here on the national award-winning Metro TV. Until next time, I'm Matt Schuster. Make it a great day.
Metro TV, a public service of Louisville Metro government.